Hello everyone, welcome back. Krydax here. This is our Pyanodons playthrough, and we are currently in the midst of automating Circuits 1. A couple things since the last episode. I did go ahead and create a copper mine to provide us with some more copper. And that's helpful because we were basically running out of copper just with these mines right here. So hopefully our copper stocks will be going back up and we won't be experiencing those shortages. Another thing is a comment on 2 videos ago mentioned that my bottom left borax miner was not connected to syngas. So thank you, whoever that was. I should have pulled up your name to give you credit, but I don't have my internet browser open right now, so you will have to know who you are, the unsung hero. Thank you for pointing that out. And then finally, I noticed a big issue, 2 issues actually, with what we did in the previous episode with the moss. First of all, this right here is a T-junction pipe, and I didn't notice that it hadn't gotten auto-built by my little nanobots, but we essentially didn't have, carbon dioxide going to both of these buildings. So I was massively underproducing moss because those 2 buildings weren't running in all 3 of these. And then I also did a little bit more math and noticed that about a fourth of the moss goes back into creating carbon dioxide. And what that means is altogether these were producing only about 4.5 moss. And if you remember the amount we needed, it was 4.89 along with 4.89 biomass. And so we weren't even quite producing enough moss by itself, and then we also needed some biomass. So turns out I needed 1 more building. And there's only 6 moss creators in this one, but I'm still kind of waiting to see if it's enough. I think it is. I can't see why it wouldn't be. And I had to switch chests here because we actually ended up filling up 1 chest, and I wasn't done seeing if this was running properly. But it looks like it is. We were constantly running out of moss in this one, and now we have more in the chest than is being picked up. So that implies we have enough. And then, obviously, if we have enough in that one, that means we're overflowing and we'll have enough here. So I think this will all settle down properly. So that's the only thing that's been changed since we last were together. So I finished this. Now I want to move on to this guy. Melamine resin. What's so funny about all this is, and I think I explained this in a previous episode, all of this work is just for the printed circuit substrate. The rest of the circuits, the little pieces, the resistors and capacitors and inductors and all that, they're not super complicated. They're just kind of some metals and some coke, a few things. You know, all this put together is probably only 15 buildings. Well, 21 buildings, I guess. But all of these put together is, 60 buildings or something. So most of the work goes into making these organic materials. So we're going to go ahead and do the melamine resin next. And I think this can all be done within 1 factory building. That's the goal. And I'm going to put it right underneath this one. So we're going to move these power poles yet again. I can't make the long power poles yet, so I have to kind of make do with these. I think that'll connect. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab... Oh no, those aren't connected. I thought they would be. I feel like the wire reach should be longer. 9 is just not very long, especially for Pyanodons. There is a little mod that's supposed to make the wires reach longer, but I don't think it works for 1.1. So, alright, so we'll grab another factory building, and I'll probably nest factory building Mark 1s inside of this, I would guess. I'll leave a couple spaces, but... So we'll have urea coming into the top right. And that actually only gets used in the last couple stages here. So I'll be finishing melamine resin in the top right. I might even be able to put fiberboard in the same building. That might be pushing it. Just for organization's sake, I might keep it to 2 buildings, but let's make another RoboPort. Okay, so we'll pop in here. I think I actually need to mess with this Helmod block a little bit. Yeah, we gotta make the hydrogen, so let's plug that in. I never remember where this is. It's the water one. There we go. Okay, so that's basically nothing. And then I'm actually curious. We're gonna look real quick, because now that we know Moondrops a little better, we know that there are multiple options for them. So we need 2.23 greenhouses and essentially free resources. Oh, sorry, I thought this was Kickout. I was wondering what would happen if we added in lamps. I don't think we'll end up doing lamps for kickouts just because lamps are non-renewable resources, whereas soil and hydrogen are. So that's pretty easy. I think kickout needs sand and probably water and something else maybe. But these are pretty easy to do. And then this carbon dioxide is actually a little bit of an issue. Where am I going to get that? I could just fly in some biomass. Or coke, even. Coke is worth 40, biomass is worth 30. We do have tons of coke at this point. It would only be about 1 coke per second. But I might try to make it on site. I guess the question... Sorry, I'm clicking around so much here. I guess the question is, do I have 0.91 excess biomass from all this? Because if so, I can just throw some biomass in there. I bet I do. Especially if I... I think that's faster than opening my blueprint book. Especially if I just have 9 in here. Make that T-junction. At least I... Oh, weird. It won't auto-craft the T-junction. I have to click on it. One more moss plant. Then I need some moss, which we should just grab from this belt. Okay, so I think with all of these going, we have a total of 8 moss. Well, I should be accurate, 7.6-ish per second. And the ratio of moss to biomass is 1 to 4.3. So yeah, we have more than enough to spare some biomass here. Something I always forget to account for, I just realized, I only need 1.57 of each of these. And currently we're trying to run 2 full-time. Though that's not... Probably what's happening actually is the slight... Well, we have 18. Oh, that's right. I actually don't have enough AUGs. You know that's going to bother me? Because then we'll never truly be able to create 1 circuit per second. So... I am going to do this. This is super ugly. You might hate me for this. I don't want to deal with having not enough. So here we are. And then we need to filter. I guess I can do this. Yeah, never mind. I can just have them go straight since I have to filter them anyway. So that's barrels. This is manure. Manure needs to be on the far side. Okay. But anyway, we actually, what I was getting at with these two is that we're actually using more than we normally would need, but we're not even producing, we're actually producing almost exactly what we need in terms of the manure, which means we're using almost exactly what we need in terms of moss and such. So we should see this backing up sooner or later. And we are going to have the biomass come in here, top left. That'll be where we make carbon dioxide. Oh my gosh, I love how big these buildings are. Just wait until we get factory 3s. Those things are huge. I think they're 60 by 60. Or something like that. Okay. I just got rid of things I did not want to get rid of. Alright, so inside of here, let's go back to our pen. You know how we get with detours. And I actually need to grab a couple small factory buildings. I'll grab 3. That'll probably be more than enough. And we'll start with the moondrop cycle to create methane. And that does need the carbon dioxide. Here's a question of the day. Can this link both in and out? The answer is yes. So it's like coming in from the outside into that square, which then is transferring into this square. So that's nice. I think you can do the same thing with chest connections. So we'll grab a high pressure furnace. If I can find one. Maybe I've used all of them. Nope. And pop that right here, get some biomass going. Or I mean, carbon dioxide going. And then we need an electrolyzer with water, a soil extractor with water, and 3 moondrop generators. The question is, can I fit 3 vertically? I can. Those will be outputting moondrop, which will then go into a botanical nursery to make seeds. I'm starting to wonder if I can fit all of these in here to make methane. We're going to try it. So the output will only be methane for these 3. So they'll be right next to the edge there. Except they have 2 liquid inputs, which is a bit of a problem. Because the way these rotate out, I guess I could, because if I want carbon dioxide to be there, the problem is water's on the wrong side. Interesting. So I guess I can do that. The problem is then we only have 1 space for each, which is just not going to work because it'll want to. I wish we could turn off that output. That would actually work, but we can't. So if I rotate this, will that help me? I just don't think it will. That's really unfortunate. Can I somehow fix this one? We want water to come in. You know, maybe I can make this work. Because we could have this methane come all the way up here and skip over carbon dioxide doing this. That would come out past water. Maybe I can make this work. We're still trying this. Okay, and then this one we can move down 1 square to here. Then the methane can attach to this methane, which will actually work. Okay, it's really ugly, but it does work. Water around to the top. Dioxide will be here. I honestly don't even know if that was worth it, because can I fit 3 more? Making actual moondrop with belts. No, I can't. So we're gonna scrap this. Sorry, folks. You live and learn. So all we'll make inside here is up to this check mark, or up to this one. And then we'll make the methane in a different building. Which means we actually don't want this. So electrolyzer does water. These 3 I will put here. And the nursery. Maybe I've used it up. I know I had some crafted. Here it is. We'll put there. That's making moondrop seeds. And we'll have to do the thing where I might just use circuits for this. Put into a chest. Actually need 1 more space here. Because I'm going to have this come down and up and around. I think. Soil, hydrogen, water. Gas event on the oxygen. Oh, right, these have 2 liquid inputs as well. So we should probably line them up in some sort of grid instead. So we'll put that one in that corner, this one here. Of course, that makes the hydrogen on top. These are really inconvenient liquid input outputs. Very inconvenient, oh my goodness. Like, I think it should be hydrogen, hydrogen, water, water. I don't understand why these 2 are blank. But we'll just do this, I guess. That will work, technically. Can't do that. We'll have water come around the top. And then hydrogen will coming from around the front. I guess that works. Okay, and then seeds are the output that get turned into methane. These are making moondrop. So all moondrop will come here. This one will take input priority from the right. So we only need Moondrop to make seeds. Okay, so that'll take input priority from the right. It'll be output priority right on Moondrop, which means the seeds will be coming out here to the left. And first they will go towards making more Moondrop, and then they will get output. And then the Moondrop will go towards making more seeds first. We'll use a blue inserter there. And output. This should be able to just dump back into there, I think. And the Moondrop output will go on this belt. And it looks like we're on the south side of the belt. We also need soil. So on the south going left would be on the north going right. So that'll be how much soil per second? Less than 1. It's like 0.5. So that'll join up. Guess we can just do it that way. That'll join up with the seeds to be input into all these buildings. And the rates are all very small, so we can have input from there, output onto there. Input from this belt. Output onto this belt. And we do want it to be on the top side, which is the right side here. So the bottom of this. Yeah. So this one needs to put on the bottom there. This one needs to put on the close side and input from there. And then let's get this Moondrop party, get this Moondrop party started. I think this is all correct. I did let some soil escape here. Oh, and we want that to be output priority left for the seeds. Do I need to provide the seeds and the Moondrop on a different... Oh, I hit the wrong button. There we go. This one's not getting any input. That's because I need to do that. Is 0.75 enough? 0.028, 0.2, and 0.06. Yes. Well, and that's only input. Plenty. Though it does take a while to saturate, it will be plenty. I'll just give you the seeds, how about? I think this works, I guess we'll find out. And then the Moondrop seeds come out the side. Now what I don't think you can, I think I tried this. This is what you can't do, but we'll double check. Is put two buildings next to each other and have this connection connect with this connection. Yeah, that doesn't work, unfortunately. So we will have to move this over 1. Like so. And then that will transfer the Moondrops. So we've got this all figured out. And that guy. So all the excess seeds. Not enough logistic network storage. So this is a problem I guess I didn't think about. It's going to give me these alerts, which is actually really annoying. So for that reason, I may end up switching it to requester chests. And I'll just let the I'll let the inserters back up on the... I'll make these passive provider chests. Yeah, well, okay, so I do think this is still going to work as soon as we need manure, though, because it'll use up the manure, and then that'll leave space for the barrels, and then the barrels will come back. It's just annoying because of those alerts, so I might want to change that. But it will work, I think, properly. Alright, and then we decided we needed to move the biomass over... Ah. Actually need one more square. Otherwise it won't line up with a belt here. Bring biomass in. High pressure furnace. Carbon dioxide. Input. We only need 32 per second, which is half of that. That should work. And then 3 of the greenhouses, which again have horrible connections, I think. Guess I can do... that? No. Shoot. I still want the water to be on the right, but that's just not possible. I should put the water there. So the water's connected up. This will come down, go across. That's the methane output, which will go, stay out the right side there. And then the carbon dioxide will have to go around here. Actually move this by a couple. Yeah, these inputs are brutal. I don't know if you guys have ever played Bob's Mods, but I'm thinking of the washing plants. Those have a unique input, output, and another input, and they seem to be set up in a much nicer way where you can kind of lay them out in a row. I guess if I had more space, I could lay these 3 out in a row, but I digress. Okay, so we just need to connect up some water, which would be anywhere, really. Guess not there. And then we need to bring in the seeds. The input rate is 0.01. Oh wait, no it's not. We need some moon drops. There we go. Okay, so the input rate is 0.11. Still fine. With regular inserters. And we need to hook up the biomass outside the big building. Just here instead. Perfect. Nope. 2 squares over. Not perfect. Now it's perfect. I say the word perfect too quickly. Alright, we've got methane. That feels good. We saw that we needed methane a long time ago, and we finally have it. Now I'll do the rest of this just out here. So we'll have our output pipe right there. Might as well hook that up directly. Nope, just kidding, we need two of them. Put it here. And this will be copper coming in. What's the rate? 0.625? 0.732? I think that'll do. And we only need, 1.3 between the two of them. So that's done. And then the formaldehyde gets used in the fluidized bed reactor, along with melamine and urea, which is coming in from the top right. Melamine is made from water. This goes into two of these, so something like that. Guess I need one more of these. And then we have a lot of space down here, so I do think we can do fiberboard in here as well. And fiberboard also outputs tailings, so we'll combine the tailings outputs of these two. And the melamine resin is separate from fiberboard, so we can output the resin here, I think. So those are hooked up. We bring over the urea. Actually, I have 1.6 of that. Let's be smart about this. We'll have this go up, around, down. And we'll move this up as high as we can. No reason to waste space. Looks like I've run out of nanobots. And then these two guys are incredibly annoying to deal with. Just look at all these crazy inputs. But at least I expect it with these ones. Okay. So here is a, I think, reasonable setup. So that'll be ammonia. That's tailings. We're just gonna throw gas vents on the dioxide. Because it's such a 4.8, it's not even enough to handle more than 20% of the input I need over there, so I don't even think it's worth moving. And then we need the input for cyanic acid. Is that what that is? I can't remember. And we will need an underground for that to connect up like this. And then the ammonia, we actually will want an underground here, connecting those. And the cyanic acid we can connect like that. And then the water, we never connected, did I? No. So we'll attach this to a water input. And then they both need how much urea? About 1. We're gonna have to split this. Oh, just kidding. What am I doing? Those don't need any urea. It's this building that needs it. 2.14. In this building. Okay. So we'll have it stop there. There we go. And then we need a pump jack for water. Try to pack it in tightly up here. Use an underground there. Now these are running. Awesome. Tailings will need to be output out the side here. I'll have the melamine resin, and then we'll have fiberboard coming up here once we finish that. In fact, I use them together, don't I? Fiberboard, melamine resin. Yeah, so we'll actually put them on the same belt up there. And tailings, this needs to be an input-output pipe. They're down from the top. Goes right here. And where is my tailings network? It's pretty far over, so for now we'll just put it in a container. But we will attach that to our tailings network output. Okay. That should be... what's going on here? Oh, I don't have copper. Right. These don't have an output. So let's try doing that. What is the output rate on those guys? Half of 3.2? We actually might need fast inserters. And then we need copper coming in from the top, which will actually just be a requester chest. So we'll do that. Requester chest. Top left, right here. Copper plate. That should do it. I think 50 plates should be plenty. No. It uses actually a decent amount, 0.8 per second. So do 200 plates. And then as soon as those get here, we should see beautiful melamine and fiberboard coming out the top. Gonna add another roboport. Seems like a lot of them are flying diagonally up to here. Once we have circuits automated, we can finally have robots fully automated, so that will be nice. It looks like these are the guys that are delivering copper? Yeah. So we can see how that goes. I do need the chest here, don't I? There we go. There's melamine. Man, that's crazy. And I do think we need, or sorry, melamine resin. I do think we need regular melamine for something else later. I seem to remember needing it. We use it to build some buildings. We can make plastic out of it, but that, okay. So we'll just need a few stacks of it to make agitators when and if we use those buildings. But we're not going to need neuromorphic chips for a very long time. And plastic, I don't know if it's worth making it this way. Okay, sweet. So I believe this is stalled out. So we do have an issue here. I think we need to put seeds and moondrops on opposite sides. For some reason, my brain couldn't parse if that was going to be necessary or not. So we'll keep moondrops on the bottom side. And we'll put seeds on the top. I think that will do what we need it to do. We'll get rid of all of our seeds and moondrops. Yeah, because even if we have enough moondrops, we need this guy to still be able to make seeds. And did I? No, we only need 0.26. Okay. And we do have input priority right here. So that means it's taking in the moondrops that it's making before it's taking in the moondrops that these are making. So I think that will prevent us from having mushroom overload here on this side. Yeah, that seems to be working correctly. Okay. Beautiful. This one's not hooked up to carbon dioxide. Not beautiful. I bet some of you caught that. Wow. There we go. Okay, now all three of those are running. And this can be output mode delayed. This will also be output mode delayed. Alright. So I think we're running. So, I think we're going to call it quits for this episode, and in the next episode we'll be working on fiberboard. So, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Let me know what you think in the comments.